Good afternoon. My name is Chris Treasure. We're live from the Tech Demo Africa 2013 at the Innovation Hub in Pretoria. I've managed to catch up with Mr. Mclean Sibanda, who's the CEO of the Innovation Hub and the recently elected president of the International Association of Science Parks Africa. Welcome, Mr. Sibanda.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell me why is this position relevant?
The position of African president of the African Division of Science Parks is quite an important one. If one looks at Africa in general, I think the opportunity for Africa is now. The Economist quite recently put out the top 10 fastest growing economies in the world. 7 of them are located within Africa. In order to sustain that particular growth, innovation will play an important role. And broadly within innovation, there are issues in terms of enterprise support, supporting entrepreneurs, issues around incubators, and therefore what is really needed is to be able to start to promote the establishment of more areas of innovation, the incubators, the science and technology parks, and also given our role as being perhaps the first science and technology park in Africa, we have a number of things to share with the rest of our brothers and sisters within Africa.
Right.
But also we've got a lot of learning to learn from them because they came in later, and in essence what we're seeing with some of them is that they are moving at a very fast pace, similar to startup companies.
I'm with you. How many science and technology parks are there in Africa at the moment?
At the moment, there's about a handful. It's about 7 or 8. In South Africa alone, there's only 3 that have been established, fully accredited. There's ourselves and Valley University of Technology. There's now NMMU. Also as an associate, Botswana is busy establishing one. Nigeria is busy establishing one, and Namibia already has another one which has really been spun out from the Namibian Polytech, and we're seeing other areas of innovation, particularly in Kenya. Institutions such as the iHub. We're seeing Cyber City in Ghana.
East Africa is a fast-growing area.
East Africa is one of the fastest-growing areas. Tunisia also has got a science park, and we're seeing a movement in Egypt to establish more science and technology parks.
I'm with you. And the role these parks play, why are they important, particularly in terms of innovation across Africa?
You see, innovation, quite often when we look at innovation, we tend to look at things from a global point of view or a national point of view. But things happen at a local level. And science and technology parks and incubators are in essence institutions that are there to be able to foster socio-economic development at a regional level. So it's much easier to mobilize initiatives around innovation based at a regional level. And these science and technology parks are then able to interact, for example, with municipalities, with local government, with communities. They're able to identify also emerging challenges within the society, and then hence start to find ways of creating solutions towards those particular emerging challenges. And when you put these different incubator science parks together in terms of the various activities, those in essence contribute towards the national agenda for innovation.
I'm with you. So they start off small, there's
Absolutely.
a microcosm,
Yeah.
they grow out, and they become more relevant with time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what is driving innovation in Africa today, do you think?
I think the major drivers is obviously this need to be able to address some of these emerging issues. So if you look at just the demographics of Africa, if you take South Africa on its own, 49.5% of our population is under the age of 25. And that is characteristic, in essence, of Africa. So you've got a youthful population, you also have high unemployment, you've got high poverty levels, and in essence, people are looking for solutions. What you're seeing is increasing literacy. We're seeing also increasing urbanization within Africa. We're also seeing people wanting more from government, so service delivery is becoming important. If you look at cell phone, mobile use, we have the second highest penetration of mobile phones outside of Asia. And these particular devices that people are using are also becoming instruments for finding solutions to addressing some of these particular challenges. So you look at issues around access to financial services, because you don't have as many ATMs and as many banking branches in Africa. The mobile phone has become, in essence, a bank.
That's hence the drive towards mobile banking and
absolutely,
mobile finance.
Absolutely. And so when you take some of these solutions and you put them in a developed, in a country like the United States, you find that M-Pesa, for example, is not successful. But within Africa, it is successful because it is addressing a particular need. And I think that is an important lesson for innovators and for young people, that if you want to be an innovator and if you want to be an entrepreneur and succeed, you've got to find a challenge that still is looking for a solution.
I'm with you. That's very interesting. Speaking of identifying the challenge and trying to come up with a solution, there are quite a few startup companies represented here today at the Tech Demo Africa. Are you excited about the level of talent that's emerging within the continent, and are you excited about the future of technology within the broader sense?
What we're seeing is, in essence, I think it's very inspiring, because we're seeing very young people, and most of them are under the age of 25. So it's a bigger part of the population. And we're seeing some innovative solutions, talking to the needs in society. And so people are not, developing solutions that have got no markets. And the ones that we've seen today, they're talking to the real needs in society. And perhaps what we need to be doing more of is finding more initiatives, such as more bridging finance to enable some of these entrepreneurs to move forward. Perhaps government supporting incubators and science and technology parks to be able to assist these young people, setting up more of these centers so that there's also accessibility.
Right. Which leads me to my concluding question, which is not every startup is going to get the opportunity they've worked hard for. Not every startup is going to be in line to get that kind of access and help. What advice would you give to would-be innovators who've come up with a really good product, a solution, idea, but may not be in the running for that kind of level of help and access?
I think you've got to have passion, and your passion is what's gonna be your fuel in the difficult times as an entrepreneur. But also you've got to understand that the journey that you embark on as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, it's a tough journey. You are, with passion, you are likely to succeed. In fact, you will succeed. You may succeed with a different idea to the idea that you started off with, because passion helps you to be able to find these other ideas along the way.
Yes.
And also inventors, the people that come up with ideas, will also come to you, and because of your passion, you'll be able to assist them and take it forward. So at times you will fail, but it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that the idea perhaps came in at the wrong time. It was a good idea, but at the wrong time. And therefore you need to keep on going. Your big idea, the one that is going to make you successful, is still out there.
Right.
And so
keep innovating.
Keep innovating and keep the dream alive.
Thank you, Mr. Sibanda. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.